Now we know Jessi as a famous Korean female rapper and all-rounder entertainer. She even broke records, becoming the first Korean female rapper to surpass 100 million views on YouTube in 2022 for her latest song, Zoom. Achieving all of the success, do you know that Jessi was struggling so hard to come to this point?
Seriously, thank you.
She has overcome many hardships throughout her life. In fact, when she was a kid, life has been so hard for her. Born in New York on December 17, 1988, Jessi or Oh Hyunju was just a chubby girl with glasses. She has two older brothers, and her parents are Korean immigrants. Although she was born in New York, Jessi grew up in New Jersey. But because Asians are not common there, she was teased for years. Although she has two older brothers who could help her about it, Jessi didn't tell them. And that's because she didn't want to depend on anyone to solve her problem.
더 괴롭힘을 당해요.
Then one day at school, there's a boy who made a slant eye gesture to Jessi. At that moment, she thought, what should I be treated like this? And for the first time, Jessi expressed her anger and pushed the table towards the boy. The teacher who saw this then punished Jessi instead of the boy. Jessi then learned one thing, that being different will always be treated as the weak one. Fighting may not be the solution, but she will always face them if she's treated unfairly. And since that moment, she no longer gets bullied. Jessi started to gain her confidence at 11 years old. At that time, she got into church youth choir for the first time. She sang at the church, and her natural voice was so amazing, to the point that everyone cheered her to become a singer. Because of all of the support, Jessi grew her passion for music. Her parents also want to support her, but due to lack of money at that time, they could only afford 1 week of vocal training. Originally, Jessi's dream was to be a fashion designer. But when she was in middle school music class, she met a black music teacher that changed her life. After Jessi sang for the teacher said, "Your voice is black, you're gonna be a star." After that moment, her determination to be a singer was getting stronger. Jessi then practiced singing by herself with the microphone that her parents bought. At that time, she loved to listen Korean songs and eventually sent her demo tape to Korean agencies. After some time, Jessi got notification of acceptance from SM Entertainment and Doremi Records. Receiving positive response, Jessi then signed a contract with Doremi Records. The reason he chose Doremi after SM is because SM Entertainment was not popular at that time, while Doremi Records has more famous singers in the 90s. However, her parents opposed Jessi's decision to go to South Korea, especially her father. But Jessi already made a decision. So at the age of 13, she flew to South Korea on her own, even though she couldn't speak Korean.
한국말을 제가 처음 왔을 때 아예 못했어요. 그러니까 아예 못하는 상황에
After being a trainee for 2 years, Jessi finally debuted with her real name, Jessica Ho, by releasing the album Get Up in a Cute Concept. The agency invested about $800,000 with high expectations. Releasing the song at the age of 15, her powerful singing ability drew attention from music industry, as it's hard to believe to have a great vocal at such a young age. But unfortunately, her debut didn't get much attention from the public. In addition, she didn't speak Korean well and had difficulty adapting to Korean culture. In an interview, Jessi once also said that the hardest part after moving to Korean was adjusting the culture.
문화였죠. 문화가 그러니까 미국 생활이랑 너무 다른 거예요.
After Jessi's first debut was not a success, she was gradually forgotten by people and was stuck in the situation. Until one day, Jessi got an offer as a temporary rapper for a popular hip-hop group, Uptown. But when she began to gain recognition for her excellent rap skill, Their activities were cancelled altogether because one of the group members was caught drunk while driving. Jessi was desperate, and for the first time, she wanted to stop in the music industry. But since her contract is still running, Jessi released another album, Life is Good, as instructed by her agency. In fact, she was very unhappy at the time. Later, in an interview, she said that, "I had to sing a song saying that life is so beautiful. But every time I sing that song, my heart aches. I missed my family and was so lonely." She was still a teenager after all, yet she had a problem communicating in Korean. Then after the contract ended, Jessi gave up on her dream of being a singer and came back to the US. After all the difficulties, Jessi studied and passed the GED, the high school equivalency diploma in the US. Then she began to study fashion just like her original dream. But at some point, she still can't let go about music. In an interview, Jessi said, "When I was resting, I realized that I couldn't give up because I like music so much." People around her also encouraged Jessi to continue her music career. Then she began to cover songs of other singers and posted them on YouTube. One day, a Korean music agency saw those videos and wanted to make a new album with Jessi. Jessi then decided to take the second challenge to do the music again. Because of this, Jessi had the feeling that the music chose her and not the way around. However, her second start was even worse than before. After she arrived in Korea, the situation of the new agency was chaotic and her contract was cancelled. She had no agency, no house, and ended up alone again. Since she had nowhere to go, Jessi even slept in a public sauna. Jessi then tried to find a new agency on her own, then eventually signed a contract with YMC Agency. In this new agency, Jessi only performed with other singers and not much solo activity. Learning about the situation, Jessi agencies then suggest her to have plastic surgery for double eyelid and nose section. And because of the surgery, Jessi was frustrated as she wasn't satisfied with the result. In fact, she thought that her face was like a Pinocchio. And the worst part is, she already made change for her appearance, but she still didn't get much attention and her music career is stuck. Until Jessi was in her late 20s, she felt like there's no use for her to stay in music. For almost half of her age, from 13 to 26 years old, Jessi has dived into music, but there's no outstanding achievement. Everything felt so hard for her, until she decided to quit making music for the second time. During the time when she gave up on music, a music producer asked Jessi to participate on his show. But since Jessi decided to shut herself off from music, she rejects him. Interestingly, the producer didn't give up on her. He kept persuading her until Jessi finally agreed to participate in hip-hop music competition on Pretty Rap Star. Since Jessi will come out from the music industry anyway and will quit after this program, she didn't give much thought about this. She just being herself and has no reason to look nice in public. But in that show, the public was surprised by Jessi's strong personality, which was not common in Korea. The moment when Jessi refused to be evaluated by other participants and made her own diss rap improvisation has become a hot topic.
A team, this is a competition. Now in this game, I'm the top dog. 0 to 100 on your head is on my Sin City.
She released all of her frustration and no longer hid her emotion. But what happened next has become Jessi's turning point. Because of Jessi's intense personality, the public getting more interested in her. And for the first time since her debut, Jessi finally got massive attention from many people. However, she got attention not for her music, but for her strong personality. In addition, criticizing comments keep appearing after the show Unpretty Rap Star. Some negative comments even lead Jessi to have a thought to end her life. If she thought about this, she then remembered about her parents. She thought about what will happen to her parents if she goes away. During this hard moment, Jessi then released a song, I Want to Be Me. The song was born from a painful feeling, thinking about her bad career as a singer. And this song has become Jessi's favorite, and she often makes it as the last song during her concert. After Unpretty Rap Star, Jessi suffered for quite a long time. But at least she already made her name widely known in public. Then she started focusing on her music career once again, and this time Jessi decided to move to side agency P Nation. Jessi then released the song Who Dat Be and was able to expand to global. The song was charting on number 8 on Billboard World Digital Song Chart in the US. Then in 2020, Jessi became the only female Asian who was invited to Grammy Award and received an offer from world-class producer. Unfortunately, when she just entered the US music industry, the COVID-19 pandemic was forcing her to cancel her debut in the US. However, despite all of the hardship, now Jessi has become the world-class singer that is loved by many people around the world. Her song No No Nana even reached more than 100 million streams on YouTube, and her song Zoom also broke records, becoming the first Korean female rapper to surpass 100 million views on YouTube in 2022. In addition, Jessi has been loved by many people for her appearance in variety shows like Six Sense and Jessi's Show Review. So she's really happy, and maybe that's why she easily cries to remember her struggle in the past. It took her 17 years to finally be a world-class singer, and her hard work and dedication in music is really inspiring. Although she doesn't have any agency at the moment, hopefully her career will keep shining in the future, and her inspiring story can make more people motivated to fight for their dreams.